Hello everybody, my name's Gary, welcome back to Channel England Football, and in today's video I want to have a look at England's route to the final. And before everyone starts kicking off saying typical England fan predicting your route to the final, this isn't me saying that I think England are guaranteed to get there or anything like that, but look, anybody who's anybody knows that England are within the top 5 nations in the world at the minute, whether you like that or not. So as an England fan, alongside probably the French, the Spanish, the Argentinians, the Brazilians, the Portuguese, I think those sets of fans are looking at those later stages of the tournament and considering their potential path to glory at the World Cup. And after doing that for England, this is going to be tough. So as you know, England have been joining Group L alongside Croatia, Ghana and Panama. Now I'm assuming here that England will top their group because England were top C, so are expected to top this group. And it wouldn't be a surprise if we did, let's put it that way. But rather than me going into the politics of England getting through or not, I'm just going to assume for this video that England have topped Group L. With that in mind, let's take a look at who England would play if we were to top our group. Now I'm not going to overly worry about the round of 32 because if you see there it says 3E, H, I, J, it could be any one of a huge number of teams, so I ain't going to sit here going through that thinking who it's going to be. So we'll move on to the round of 16. I think again it's probably fair to say, depending on if some absolute freak set of results occur, you would expect England to beat whoever they play in the round of 32 as well. But looking into the round of 16 where we can then start to probably make more realistic expectations about who we may face. So looking at this pathway, England are on pathway 2 or pathway 1, essentially the right hand side here, so I'm going to call it pathway 2. So if we top our group, the most likely team you would say that England could probably face if we're going off top seeds and teams expected to top their groups would be Mexico, which are of course the hosts. Now just before I go on any further, I'm just going to load up this image here because it breaks down England's pathway again if we top the group and where we would be playing should we qualify. So in the round of 32 it will be in Atlanta, a 5 PM kickoff on Wednesday the 1st of July. The round of 16 though, that one where we would play Mexico, it would be, just get this, in Mexico City, 1 o'clock in the morning on Monday the 6th of July. Now, round of 16, against the hosts such as Mexico, in Mexico City at 1 AM, that's a tough fixture. I'm not talking about the time, they're obviously not playing at 1 AM. It's tough for us for getting up in the morning because that's a Monday, but Mexico in Mexico City, that is a tough route right from the start really. After that 32, we're right up against it. If the pathways go with what we think they're going to go. The quarter-final, if England were lucky enough to get there, would be in Miami, 10 PM on Saturday the 11th, so not a bad kickoff time. The semi-final would then be back in Atlanta, 8 PM on the 15th of July, and then the final would be in New York, 8 PM, Sunday the 19th of July. That round of 16 game against Mexico would be in Mexico City, so that puts a whole new dynamic on this, and I do think that's a very, if that was to play out, that would be a very, very difficult fixture because Mexico will be absolutely flying. Home tournament, it would take some going to knock them out. England would still be obviously overwhelming favourites for that, but that is already a very, very tough draw. If you then look at this graphic again, if you're looking at those teams who were then most likely to get in the quarter-final, if you see in the top right-hand corner of that draw, you're going to see Brazil. So there's a potential England then could face Brazil at the quarter-final stage, which again is another incredibly difficult match. You expect the teams to be good anyway, you know, you've got to start playing these teams at some point. But look, if England make it past Mexico and then somehow make it past Brazil, we're going to take some stopping. But they would be two very extremely difficult games at that side of the draw. And this is if everything goes according to plan. The reality is that everything won't go according to plan. And these knockout rounds will probably look different to what you're seeing here. But this is the pathway that is most realistic as we stand today. If you then look at who England could get in the semi-final, you would then probably be looking at the two best teams on that side, which would be Argentina and Portugal. So round of 16 against Mexico in Mexico City, quarter-final against Brazil, and then a potential semi-final against Messi Argentina or Ronaldo Portugal. That means England would then either play Germany, France or Spain, most likely in the final. So look, if England win this, we all knew if England were going to win this, it would be an amazing achievement. It'll be an amazing achievement for anybody to win it, but it's going to be a very, very tough run for England. It does mean though, we can't play Germany, we can't play France, we can't play Switzerland, we can't play the Netherlands, we can't play Croatia, we can't play the US, we can't can't play Spain, we can't play Belgium in the knockout rounds. So yeah, I mean, I just think that's incredibly interesting. It does show actually that England may actually not get any reward really for topping our group. We're going to start playing really strong teams right after that round of 32. Again, this could all change depending on if and how England get through their group. But what a really, really difficult World Cup. But also, the flip it on its head. What an exciting opportunity. I mean, if England beat Mexico, it would be a good result. It would be an expected result. But if we do get Brazil in that quarter-final and we beat them, I am backing the boys to bring it home. Bring on Argentina, bring on Portugal. Imagine, just everybody, a minute, imagine England versus Argentina in the semi-final. I would love it if England ended Messi's international career that night. It would be absolutely brilliant. It would also be the biggest agony of my life if Argentina beat us in that match. The old butterflies are tingling already, honestly. What a World Cup this is going to be. England's draw, I just wanted to do a quick video to reflect on that. I cannot wait. If you're new to this channel, hit the subscribe button because it massively helps me out and 80% of you are not subscribed. Later this week, I'm going to be dropping a full video on me predicting the entire tournament from start to finish, an early fall prediction video, so stay tuned to watch that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think England have a very tough route to the World Cup final? I do. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all on my next video.